more than an assistant. It could be an extension of your employment, your roster. It could be a staff member, a new one, who you only pay when you talk to them. Threat of Amazon, threat of AI, threat of Elon building a robot that's going to kill us. Any positives? Tim, you got any positives?
I don't think AI. I think AI is a good tool, but the people I know that are successful with it, they just look at it as a research tool.
Currently. It's an S curve. We're on the bottom of that curve. This is internet too. This is the second coming of the internet for me. I've gone from being incredibly worried to a balanced. There's going to be positives and negatives to all this. I think, to be honest with you, because we're experimenting with AI, my team, development team, it's getting better. We're like feeding it some ChatGPT, well, not ChatGPT, OpenAI, feeding it actual account data and asking it appropriate questions. And with live data, it's all right. Version 4, 3 is not as good, and you can literally see. That's why 4 is more expensive. But it's getting, it's good now. So I think in a year, it's actually quite exciting how potentially it could literally be more than an assistant. It could be an extension of your employment, your roster. It could be a staff member, a new one, who you only pay when you talk to them. I think there are some positives. I think what we're doing as agencies is going to change quite dramatically in the next couple of years. I'm not worried for us, though. I think there's going to be plenty of opportunity. But I think what we do is going to slowly adapt. There might be a big bang somewhere that makes us rethink a load of things. But no, I think in general, it's positive.
I think AI is really, I've seen it's really powerful for writing ads. Like if you set up the right prompt, and I know,
I just did a video on it.
Yeah, you can get the access. I can go inside and get the access of find, say, 10 competitors, take 10 keywords, 10 competitors. That's 100 ads, maybe a lot more ads. And then take what's converting, what's not converting, and feed that into, once you adjust the prompt, it can create really, really interesting, write me 10 ads that are better than this, that'll perform better. And especially if you know the industry, you can read it. Because in copywriting, you got to watch out. If you understand your market, you can see where, oh, this is good. Oh, that's not true. But then you can adjust and get things right. So a lot of it's the prompting, which is just another word for programming.
Yeah.
So you think generating the headlines and descriptions is you get a bunch of different answers and then you pick out the best ones and then you roll with that.
Yeah, I'll try and post some, but I've seen some.
Greg's done a video.
Incredible prompts to create AdWords, right from not just the AdWords,
Facebook
the buyer's journey, the buyer's behavior, creating all that first, and then from that creating, I need to create 10 Facebook ads, 10 Google ads, I mean, it is quite interesting, but it's I think the caveat is you really need to know your market. So if you don't know your market, then maybe your client or somebody on your team needs to know the market to say, yeah, that makes sense.
There's one sort of hacky way of improving the angles for the market, and it's just using all the competitors' reviews. Because I've done this recently for God Tier Ads out of interest. Got a spreadsheet that asks questions of the reviews, so positive and negative sentiment, and if you paste them all in and then run it, it will actually give you very succinct outputs of the sort of pain points, positives and negatives. So if you went to an industry that you didn't know, I always use plumbers. I'm just going to say plumbers. And you just went to all the local plumbing companies, national plumbing companies, and you copied, pasted in a load of their reviews, and then asked it to summarize, positive and negative sentiments. And there's obviously more to it than that. What else? Things like, what do customers love? What do customers hate or dislike? So on and so forth.
The problem is the bot wrote those reviews.
some bot. Camel, he's just put, hi Camel, he's just put in the chat, yeah, that's what we do too. Yeah, so reviews is a good way of finding or learning about pains. And I know what you're saying, John, a lot of bots write reviews, but that's another way to sort of pick those top 5, top 10 things from an industry that you might not otherwise know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are a couple of posts inside Forge about these prompts. In fact, one of them is so good, I stuck it in the 23 pillars. I think most of you have got access to, and if you haven't, just message me. But I think it's in Forge anyway. Greg did a load of prompts. He put my stuff together and some stuff from a couple of other people, and you get this massive output. And they're not bad. They're better with GPT-4. Even 3.5, but they're not bad, and they save you a lot of time. But just think ahead. Think 12 months ahead, where your AI can write you not only the headlines, but it can scan all your competitors' landing pages and create you a landing page. But not just create, actually develop the landing page in simple HTML that you can just FTP up. No, Christ, it'll be able to do that. It'll be able to FTP it live to a server, and you've got a new landing page, a new variation that's been written for you with adverts that suit it. That's a lot. That's fucking days of work saved. So stuff like that, because I don't find that particularly fun, having to write adverts. So if a machine can do it better, then go for it. And if you know how to work that machine to make it do that for you to a high level, that's valuable. Because your plumber, again, your plumbing customer is not going to be sat there trying to figure out friggin' AI, because he's got to worry about copper pipes, and he knows full well that a machine is not going to be doing that job for a very long time.